Hello and welcome back to Mike's Basement. I'm Michael, as you always know. I've said this 1,000 times now, I think. And now we're ready to take another round of Microsoft Flight Simulator, so let's jump right into the game. Here we have it. The airplane is ready. And we are going to do some on-air today. So let me just open that up. I think the destination and departure airport should be correct. Let's take a look. We are going to take a flight from Schönfeld Airport here in Berlin. We're going to go all the way over to Hamburg. That is Finkenwerder, I think it was called, airport. And yeah, let's just get into it. Let's load up the passengers. As you can see, I have opened the side door so we can have 2 passengers. There's room for 3, 4 people, including the pilot, so that's 3 people. It's basically sort of capacity-wise, basically just like the Cessna 172. It can just fly a lot longer and it's much faster. So yeah, let's I've decided to load it up halfway with fuel. That should, we have a distance of I think it's 100 something miles, and our range now is 621 miles, so we have more than enough to get where we're going. Let's confirm and go fly. And we're just waiting for the passengers to get inside the airplane. About half a minute. And it's going to take roughly the same time to load up with fuel. Going to take a sip of coffee meanwhile. I would like to state right now that the reason why I'm playing a lot of Microsoft Flight Simulator with on-air, or without on-air for that matter, is not because I am grown tired of Star Citizen or is fed up with it or anything like that. It is simply just because I wanted to do something else. And like I said, I think that Star Citizen is better. It's a better stream for nighttime or evening time. Here in the winter time, or yeah, winter time, it gets dark pretty fast, so there's no need to sort of do anything of that sorts. So we are loaded up. Our passengers has gone on board. We don't have any cargo. We have all the fuel we need. So let's put in the destination. That is EDHI, and it's going to give us a... Yeah, it was Finkenwerder. We're going to the tracking page. And let's start tracking. And you can see it changed time because I've still have, I think it's -2, -3, something like that. Alright, let's move that out of the way. So I can just see the chat, and I can also see whether I am live or whatever's going on. I think maybe something like this. So I can also see if I have any drop frames or the chat goes out. Alright, let's we're loaded up. Let's go into the plane. Let's remove the statics. Put in a pilot and a co-pilot. So when we go outside and see, we can see... Ah, I thought I closed the door. There we go. Might need a little bit of floodlight in the cockpit. Ah, nice and quiet, huh? Let's turn it on. And let's program in our flight for today. Since we are not going to just going to take one course, one waypoint here, I'm just going to set a direct waypoint. So we're going to go to E. Up. Finkenwerder in Hamburg. Enter. And let's no. Oh. Alright, I'll just start over. Not a problem. I like spending time doing this instead of flying around. It's not a problem at all. H. I. Enter. Push. And the big one here. Yeah. Act. Or not. There we go. From user to EDHI. Now, what I'm a little, wouldn't exactly call it concerned about, but we have, let's turn on the, let's just turn on the floodlight so we can see. Don't need the glass shield enabled, but let's do that. Let's give it full RPM, a little bit throttle, and so let me just show you something. I've enabled, yeah, let me just put in the recognition light also, if I can find it. Let me see, T16000, yeah, toggle recognition light. I want to put it on this button here. Yeah. What have I used that for? Let me just see what that is. Toggle instrument view 1. Huh. Don't know why I've done that, but let's clear that input. Alright, so apply and save. That should give me yes. So we have strobe. Yeah, let's just keep it at that, and let's turn on the fuel pump. And start the airplane.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
Let's let that engine warm up a little bit. I'm pretty sure that I can give it defrost, give it hot air, so that passengers, they don't freeze to death. Let's put in flight director, and we're going to set it for altitude hold. Going to set it at no, I think we're going to go relatively low, and nav relatively low. I'm not going to engage the autopilot yet. Relatively low altitude because we have clouds. Let me open up my Navigraph charts and open Hamburg. EDHI. Search. Hamburg, Finkenwerder. I don't exactly know what. Let me see if I can get a somewhat of a toggle airport. Emitter, EDDB, yeah. Can't see what it is for pink inverter yet. So we're going to go that while we fly. I think we have time for that to put in what runway we should land on. But let's contact. I think the engine has warmed enough now. Let's turn on the other lights. Need to see what I turn. I can just do that like this. Let's see. So I want to turn on nav, and let's see. Taxi lights as well. Let's open the turning ground. We want to go. We want to go west.
Ground November 247 Victor Delta with Quebec request taxi for takeoff
Let's see
west
if it's
departure.
IFR.
November 247 Victor Delta Ground Airport is currently IFR.
All right.
Denied.
So we'll go IFR. I can be allowed to do that. I cannot. Let's just ignore the weather and say depart west.
Ground November 247 Victor Delta with Quebec request taxi for takeoff departure to the west.
November 247 Victor Delta taxi to and hold short of runway 7 left using taxiway Bravo Alpha.
Thank you very much.
118.805 when ready.
I will.
Taxiing hold short runway 7 left via
We're going
taxiway
this
Bravo
way.
Alpha 7 Victor Delta.
It seems. I can open up my chart for EDDB. We're going to go to 7L. Okay. Let me just show you what I'm doing. So taxi, we're going to look at the airport. We are here. Can I get it to zoom? Yeah, there we go. Alright, so we are going for 7L. It means the quickest way. What did she say? Bravo Alpha. I think I'm going to go this way instead if we don't get the arrows, but let's just take a look and see. I'm pretty sure I did turn them on. I'm just see assistance, navigation, yeah, taxi ribbons. All right. Oh, I know what I forgot. And turn on the P2 heat switch instead. Because that we're definitely going to need. Not air brake. Oh yeah, let me just show you. Aha. Nice, huh? Alright, let's try to taxi out. Ah, there they are, the ribbons. I'm not exactly sure how much we need to taxi around here on this runway here. Like I said in the last stream, I'm so annoyed that I constantly push my chair away underneath me when I'm taxiing using the rudder pedals. Also, I have my daughter home with me, so if you suddenly hear her laugh, scream, talk to me, or anything of the sorts, then you know what the reason is. Yeah, like I said, I don't know why they said Bravo Alpha, because on my chart it says Charlie, and then I think it must be Lima 2, perhaps Lima 1. But nevertheless, we're going to get there anyway. So no worries. The ground speed is 16 knots. That's okay. I really love this airplane because it's so forgiving. Oh, he put us on Papa 1, through Papa 1, as I can see, and then Delta instead, but I don't see why he called it Bravo and Alpha. Let me just move my microphone a little closer to me. There we go. And that's also one of the problems. Each time I move myself away with my chair, I also move myself away from the microphone. So you might hear me scramble around a little bit with it because I have to move it back and forth. Because when we fly and I have engaged the autopilot, I obviously don't need to have it in my well, further away. Yeah, Delta, let me just show you. As you can see here, we're moving along Delta here, and then we are probably going out through Lima 1 or Lima 2. I expect Lima 2. Let's check if we can see what it's called here on the airport. Sometimes you can see it on these little signs here. No, it just says 7L. Let me see. Yeah, just says 7L. It doesn't say. There it says Alpha. But I definitely don't seem to have an Alpha here on my map. Oh well. Let's move it forward a little bit more. And then ask for permission to take off. Alright, so I'll keep the brakes down. Let me see. Want it to GPS. Waypoint arm. We have it here. If I can zoom in a little bit. Yeah, we're right here ready to take off. Still 1500 feet. That's good. Let me disarm altitude hold for now. Hope that it works. Alright, I think I'm pretty set. Let's just turn on the landing lights as well. I don't need the chart for now. Let's take Berlin Tower.
Berlin Tower, November 247 Victor Delta at runway 7 left, ready for takeoff departure to the west.
November 247 Victor Delta cleared for takeoff runway 7 left west, departure approved.
Thank you.
Cleared for takeoff runway 7 left 7 Victor Delta.
And here's the fun thing again. I am tracking with, as you can see, with on air. It still calls us Victor Delta. As soon as we get into the air, we are going to be called November 8159 at Quebec. It's really strange. There. Alright, let's take off. Minimize this one here. Set some flaps, because otherwise the program will complain. Not sure why. All right. And we are already airborne. Gear up. And I've heard it's good custom to fly along the runway, which I certainly didn't
7 Victor Delta,
manage.
continue for west departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace.
Yeah, I heard you, little lady.
Berlin Tower, November 8159er, Quebec, continue for west departure.
It's very foggy. We can level it out a little bit more. See, we're already at 1500 feet. No, I don't want to go down again. Makes good sense that we are IFR at this point. We're clear of the runway. Let's enable autopilot. And let's just go for $2,000. I don't think it's gonna make much difference. We're on nav. So it should try to catch up with the route. Turn on nav once again, see what it does. Cold. Let's pull back a little on the throttle. I think 2,000 feet. Let me just move my microphone a little bit again. Sorry for the rumble it might give. I think 2,000 feet is a good start. Hope that it's not foggy all the time, because then I'm going to have a little bit of a problem landing. Well, I can do it IFR, of course, but still. Let's pull back the RPMs a little bit. Control F2, I think it was. Too much. There, we have it.
Berlin Tower, Sun Turk 9er, 79er, 16 miles southwest inbound ILS runway.
Flaps
7 left
up.
approach.
Look out on the
5
wing.
Niner, Quebec. You are leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Looks fine. Let's
Sun Turk Niner, 7
turn on the
Berlin
the
Cleared ILS runway 7 left approach. QNH 30.00 in 027 at 17.
Cleared ILS runway 7 left approach. Sun Turk 9er, 79er.
seems that it doesn't exactly want me to go to 2,000 feet for some reason. Let's try to arm it again. There we go. Now it wants to get there. Perfect.
5 Niner, Quebec. Did you hear my last transmission?
Berlin Tower, November 8, 159er, Quebec frequency change.
No, honestly, little lady, I didn't. Alright. No, I don't want flight following. I'm gonna do this all on my own. Let me just adjust this up for our direction. There we go. Seems reasonable. All are in the green. Let's see how what I set my lights. Recognition is. Let's just turn that on. Everything else is fine. $50 minutes. Not exactly a very minimal flight, but it's fair enough. Let me just see if I can get this to show me something useful down here. There's 45 to destination. For 3 hours and 14 minutes. The rudder trim. I'm not going to fill with that. I turned on the elevator trims. Elevation trims. This looks fine. This is within the green. RPMs looking at a good place. Yeah. This is a little bit high, but it's okay. We're at 2,000 feet. We have our pressure gauge set. But dang, is it foggy outside. Take a look. And windy as well. Alright, so let me see if I can find out what the meter is around. Well, maybe we can do something else. Let me see. EDHI, that was where we were before. Open Hamburg. Let's see, taxi. Airport information. H is what I wanted. No. Alright, I want to know what that... Ah, it turns up those. So what can he do? Not exactly sure what difference it does for him, but... doesn't light up those, unfortunately. Alright, let's see. Let's turn the panel shield up just a tad. Well, let's see if we can trim the mixture. It seems to be a good place there. Alright, let's see. Aegis. Yes. So, 135965. And go to count 2. I can't hear anything yet. Let me see if I can get Hamburg does have a meter, so 060 at 9 knots. So that must be runway 05 is in use. We're going to do an ILS. Unless I change the weather, of course. Let me see. Localizer 110.7. Let's use that. There. Do the same down here. And let's check that this changed as well. All right. I think we are pretty good set. Our approach is going to be 049, so we can try to set this for that. That would be that's 4 for 5. Around there, I would say. Try to get a better look at it. Yeah, that's pretty much 49, in my opinion. You can set the bug here as that as well. 49. Yeah. We actually have a glide slope here. I didn't even notice that. All right. Not the most interesting weather, I will say. I don't mind changing around the weather in Flight Sim because I think flying around in conditions like this, it's not really interesting for you viewers. But I like to use the meters, and that's one of the things that I do here. I think that's well, I do know that the weather conditions, the wind, it's 9 knots, 060. So let's do that so you can get something to see. Let's go into few clouds. And then the airplane jumps around extreme. So it was 6 knots in 060. Whoa! What the frack happened there? There we go. We need wind gust in roughly the same direction. I don't know what happened there. It seems that it got completely confused. Redo the... Now let's take it up a notch. 2,000 feet. Now you can see some of Germany. I don't know, you can tell me in the chat if you prefer to have just reduce the power a little bit. If you prefer to have live weather, or you prefer to have these weather conditions here. Obviously you can see a lot more of Germany and where I'm flying in these conditions here. But it is also sort of, I will say, a little bit of a cheat, right? It's a little bit cheating. That, I don't know. You tell me what you prefer. One thing is certain, our velocity certainly changed. But we are making, let me see, 138. It's a little bit slow in my opinion. Let's increase the rotation RPMs a little bit. Let me see how the... Seems to be best there. Look at that. Germany is definitely also a beautiful country. Oh yes, that reminds me, while we are in this flight mode here in any way, one of the major differences that I sort of thought of after I finished the last stream yesterday between FS economy. Let me just, I'm going to quickly turn these off because they are actually annoying me a little bit. Yeah, I don't want to apply save, resume. One of the things that I sort of thought of that is a major difference between FS economy and on air. Let me just show you while we're flying. If I go into follow aircraft, if I go into global settings even here, I can pause my company and I can restart my company. So then this means that if I have some sort of problem with I don't know, had a bad start or anything like that in FS economy, I can go in here and I can restart my company. That will take me all the way back to start, and I essentially have an opportunity to do the same thing here, start all over. In FS economy, unless of course you find some way to cheat yourself out of it, but in FS economy you have one chance, you have one profile, that's it. Obviously, if you think about it, you can just take another, use another email, and then you basically have the same option once again. Alright, so I think the outside temperature, let me just check what that was. For EDHI, it was 0402, so dew point 4, temperature was 4. There. Let me see. Yeah, that's okay. Aerosol temperature. This was 4. Yeah, that's more like it. And now I don't know what the heck it's doing. It seems that the autopilot goes haywire every time I change something with the weather. Maybe I should stop doing that, but I just want to make sure. Snow depth, no. Precipitation, no. Don't want any lightning. 4 degrees. Pressure, well. QNH 1019. Let me temp fate. Oh, I can't do that, that's right. See if I can. I'm at the stick. All right. So I just press B to get that information. All right. So we might get. Yeah, we are going to get dinged for that. The bank above 45 degrees. So change weather. Don't change weather while you're flying. Do it before or after. I suppose that's the information that you need to have here. All right, so let's enjoy this flight. Enjoy the scenery. I don't know if we should. Let's take it. We have some ways to go. 97. Let's take it to 6,000. And no. Let's go with 1,000 feet per minute. So we can get above the cloud layer. Oh, a dropout. Come on, get back. Sorry, there was a dropout in the stream. I don't know if it's a problem at the end of restream or where it is, but there it was. Hopefully it didn't disturb you that much. Let's crank it up all the way. Let's just give it full RPMs. Just keep an eye out for the oil pressure and the oil temperature. If you don't know it, it's these two, OT and OP. But they're both in the green right now, so it's okay. Now we are gaining some velocity once again. It's good. I love this little airplane. I love that it is so dang fast. It's really fast, little airplane. And if you fill it up completely with fuel, it also has... Go to the right tank. It also has a pretty okay range. Over 40, I think it was 1,200 miles or something like that. Even half full, 600, right? So, but of course, the range will change with well, with how much fuel you use. Of course, goes without saying. But also how you fly it, of course. And also, as the airplane gets lighter while you fly it, it will also slowly but securely use less fuel. Alright, so we're there. Let me get it back again to get the exhaust gas temperature back in the blue area. Out there. Let's see if we can remap the see. That went down. And around there. I think it's the best I'm going to get. I don't know why we get this, but We get it. So get the EGT back in the blue area again. Now we're taking a 30 minutes flight. So maybe it got a little bit better. $9.7 gallons per hour. Taken from the right fuel tank. I'll try to keep the right fuel tank down to about 16 and then go back to the left tank again. I think I'm using, I think I want to be a little bit better to sort of trim out the tanks a little bit better. Now they're not connected, so the way that you trim them out obviously is by using it is shifting between the tanks, obviously. So the thing is that I really want to go back and get that mission. Now, when we get to Finkenwerder, I am hoping that we can get some kind of job that will take us closer to let's just check it. Closer to Denmark. Let's see, display. See what we can get. No aircraft, airport data, sky vector. Let's see. Where is it? Find jobs. What I wanted. And I want EDHI. So max 500. I think we can go to 600. 3 passengers is maxed. Curry. See what we have. Eat deck. No. 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 Wait. No. No. And also no. Just take it again. No. No. So that's let me try a medium trip. No. And we can't take medicals. No. No. No, unfortunately. Dang it. That's an okay paying job, that is. But I think we're just going to take a trip all the way up to Kastrup Airport by ourselves. No jobs. Nej, der er ikke nogen. Jamen, der er ikke nogen tips. Just my daughter who wanted to have some chips. But we don't have any, so... Well, let's see, 26 minutes, I'll go and grab myself a cup of coffee. I'll turn on the mic while I do that. So I'll see you in a couple of seconds. Alright, I'm back again. So one of the advantages that I did notice about if it's economy that we, to my best knowledge, don't have here in On Air is the banking opportunity. Now you can take loans in On Air. I think you can also do that in FS Economy, but you need to have flown, I think it's 10 hours or something like that before you can do that. But the big difference, the real big difference is that in FS Economy, you can put your money into the bank. And then you can have the money there for as long as you want them to be, unless you need them. And there they will generate interest. So every day you have money in the bank, you will actually earn money by not doing anything at all. I haven't seen it, and I don't think you can do it in On Air. So yeah, that's a difference. But of course, just as always, if you have any questions that you would like to ask me while I stream, then just go ahead, ask them, because I would happily like to answer any questions that you might have. Both about if it's economy, about On Air, about Flight Simulator, or whatever you could think of. Ah.
Wind 058 at 10. Visibility 7. Sky condition, few clouds at 1,000 feet. Temperature 4. Dew point 1 tree. QNH tree 0.10. ILS runway 5 in use. Landing and departing runway 5. DSR aircraft, say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact. You have
Runway 5, that was what I also wanted to that I predicted, so we can turn that off. We don't need to hear it again. Let's turn to Bremen Center. Let's try to get a flight following.
Bremen Center, November 8159er, Quebec is type 7 miles north of Echo Delta Hotel Charlie. Request flight following.
November 8159er, Quebec Bremen Center. Squawk 2132.
Set that. Let's see, it was 2132.
Flight Niner, Quebec. Did you copy? Flight Niner, Quebec radar contact 8 miles north of Echo Delta Hotel, Charlie 6,000 feet. QNH tree 0.10.
So that's one of the things. Let me just see if that checks with the weather that I said. But that's hectopascal. That's interesting. So they give me the QNH, but I get it in hectopascal.
59er Quebec. Did you hear my last transmission?
Yes, I did. Sorry.
Copy 59er Quebec.
See, now my my name is also correct. Let me just hope that we don't get shuffled around between all these different airports or centers, radars, whatever. So like we did in the last stream. That's totally annoying. So we could hear the ATIS from Hamburg Airport, Finkenwerder, but we can't see the... we don't get any information from the localizer yet and the DME. Alright, so if you want to know a little bit about what I know, I'm not a real, well, pilot, so I can only tell you what I know from the sim. When you put in a frequency like this for a, let me just show you. We have it here, the ILS, the localizer, and also a distance measurement device and all that. The idea is, see how far away we are. Hamburg is there. That's not the one. Just get the world map. Ah, never mind. So when you put in this frequency here, 110.70, and also the same down here and the same here. What it basically is telling you is that you have one radio that gives sort of a difference, if you will, between you and the runway. So it basically sends out a signal where the receiving end can say how far off you are with respect to the center line of the runway. There is also another signal that is being put out. So this is basically this line you have here. It will shift around and it will be in the middle here when your airplane is perfectly aligned with the runway. You can fly in either direction. You can fly in the off direction, then it will move off to the side again. But as long as you are perfectly aligned with the runway, this will be center lined. The other signal that comes out is a signal that is called a glide slope. So the glide slope tells you basically at what angle you are you're approaching the runway, and that is in your vertical angle, that's your elevation, if you will. And what that tells you is that if you are perfectly aligned with the the glide slope, then you will hit, if you will, the runway just perfectly.
Quebec. Contact Bremen approach on 131.33.
Going to 13.
Here we go again.
59er Quebec.
Let's see.
Bremen approach November 8, 159er Quebec, 6,000 feet.
November 8, 159er. Quebec Bremen approach. Continue as planned. QNH3 0.10.
We also get it in QNH. Not sure I like that. So we have a transport ident that we can send. Send it out here. I don't know why it doesn't give a flight level. Oh, maybe it's because we haven't transitioned yet to above 10,000. Let me see how far away we are. 39. I don't think we can make it. Let's try to go to 11,000. And we're going to go that by 1,500. Going to give it full power. A full throttle, actually. So we are beginning to ice up a little bit. It's not that bad, but it is there. Let's see if it changes to flight level 110 when we go above the transition altitude. Otherwise, it may be a bug, because when I have the altitude selected, it should give me a flight level. At least it should. It apparently does report back my altitude. 36 nautical miles left. See if I can adjust the mixture for the better. No, it seems to be fine. Going to take a sip of coffee meanwhile. Not sure. Up. We're going to take a flight in over Hamburg as well. Pretty neat. So let's see if it changes to flight level 100 when I go above the 10,000 feet mark.
59er Quebec, contact Bremen Center on 119er.
Oh, here we go again. I just came from Bremen Center.
119er decimal 825 for 59er Quebec. Bremen Center, November 8159er Quebec, 9,700 feet.
November 8159er, Quebec Bremen Center, continue as planned. QNH3, 0.10.
Bremen Center, November 8159er Quebec. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Oh, it didn't change down here.
November 8159er, Quebec Bremen Center. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
I think it might be a bug. It should tell the flight level here. Let's go down to...
59er Quebec, did you copy?
Yes, I did.
Cleared through Charlie airspace 59er Quebec.
Let's go down to 8,000. Rate of 1,000 feet per minute. There we go. Now we can reduce the throttle a little bit.
59er Quebec, you're leaving my airspace. Resume on navigation. Contact Bremen approach on 119er decimal 51.
119er decimal 51 for 59er Quebec.
Let's put that in. 119er. 5-1. Oh. Now it found it. You can see it telling me that I have the true localizer. I don't have a distance measure yet. Too far away. 5-1. There.
Bremen approach November 8, 159er, Quebec, 9,200 feet.
November 8, 159er, Quebec, Bremen approach, continue as planned. QNH 30.10.
Bremen approach November 8, 159er, Quebec. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
November 8, 159er, Quebec, Bremen approach. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
Cleared through Charlie airspace 59er, Quebec.
So we're about to get down to 8,000 feet once again. We're 22 miles out. So I think we're just going to transition all the way down to, let me just see. That was ILS runway 5. 3,000 feet. That's our initial approach. So we're going to go to 3,000 feet. There we go. At 1,000 feet per minute. And so, as you can see here, that's one of the good things about this airplane. Clearly, the defroster, go away. The defroster works, because as you can see, the frost under the windshield is almost gone. So that's a good thing. 5 minutes out. So maybe we should increase it to 1,500. I'm going to enter the pattern. I think it's a left-hand pattern. And then try to capture the glide slope. Let's see. Yeah, that's going to be the same direction as the runway. Oh. Well, yes, but... going to be... What was the... ...50 degrees. Alright. So 50 plus 180. 230. Let's put the heading bug to 230. Be around here. There we go. So now we can just switch it over to heading mode there, and then obviously we're going to ice up a little bit more because we're flying through some clouds now. Oh, now we're there. 3,000 feet. Let me... take off slightly pressure on the RPMs. And let's get it back into blue area. About there. Yeah, it's fine. And now we're just waiting to get close enough that I can go over to heading mode, follow the bug, capture the glide slope, and we may marry on our way. We still haven't gotten any information about the distance. That maybe the fact that we are in a... It might be that there's no DME at this frequency. Maybe. After all, it didn't say... It said localizer IHFE, that's what we got here, that's the name. But it doesn't say anything about a DME, so that may be the fact that we don't have that. Let me see for ILS runway 23. That's the same. No DME, I suppose. We'll have to wait and see. But we can contact the tower and ask for forgiveness? No, der Finkenwerder. Tower. Full stop.
Finkenwerder Tower, November 8159 Quebec is 5 miles southeast with Echo to land.
November 8159 Quebec Finkenwerder Tower. Enter left traffic runway 5.
Yep.
QNH 30.10 wind 058 at 10.
We can do that. Let's do that now. So go to heading.
Make left downwind runway 559 Quebec.
Not exactly following the ILS approach, you can see it here, let me just show you here. If we were following the ILS approach, we would go out to this line here at 4,000 feet, transition down to 3,000, and down here we would capture the glide slope and follow it in. I will go out about to this area here. and then capture the glide slope. So now I can also change this to nav. As you can see, it changed here. I'm going to... there the glide slope is. What was it? It was 50. 050. Well, it should be the direct opposite of the bug. So now we can follow this up here, and we can follow this down here to capture the glide slope. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit here. So this should be the runway lineup, perhaps? No, it can't be, it's here. Here you can see all the glide slope patterns and all that. Just about out here, somewhere around there I'll begin the transition turn. When we're about 10 miles out or something like that. So when we're far enough out, I'll make it go to nav mode once again. Just take a look out. It is beautiful flying in this weather here. Well, we're not exactly there yet. Actually, it says 49. It says here, so let's just do it like that. This would be 29 also. I don't think it will make that huge of a difference. I'm just going to let it go a little bit further. I want to give it enough time and place to capture the glide slope. I think around this transition area here, I'm going to turn in. That should give me plenty of time to capture the glide slope. Just about there. It's about 14 miles out. Alright, let's see what happens when I let it go to nav instead. And let's take flaps 1 down. When we capture the glide slope, I'm going to go to approach hold. So notice what happens with this line here and this line here. Because right now they basically represent the same information. See? Now it comes. Then when it has captured it, it will steer in. And then we wait for this line to go down about here, or this bug you can see here go down into the middle. And then I will press approach hold. Let's go to flaps 2. Now we have it. See, now it's completely aligned. And this is completely aligned. This is a little bit off, but I might not have put this perfectly at the right place. Oh, it doesn't matter. But this has captured it relatively good. And now I'm just waiting to get to the point where I should capture the glide slope and turn to approach on, no, approach hold. And then we're set for a nice landing. Let me see if I can see the runway from down here. Yeah, it's out there. You can see it out there, blinking to us. Now you can see the bugs are moving down here, and this line is moving down here. Getting ready to turn on approach hold. And there. And now we are following the glide slope. Going to go to flap 3. Still a little bit out, so I'm not going to engage the spoilers yet, or... Oh, I hit the pedals. I have time to take a sip of coffee yet. I'll see if I can get in and an approach about 80 knots or less. Can see it out there, runway. can see we have the flaps fully extended. A little bit of
59er Quebec, cleared to land runway 5. Wind 059er at 10.
oh, let me just turn on the lights that we need.
Cleared to land runway 559er Quebec.
Yep. Extend landing gear. See if we can bleed off some speed. Yeah, I know I'm approaching. So maybe when we get close enough, you can see there are 4 lamps in the distance. When these lamps are white, we are on a good approach. If one or more turns red, then means we are not exactly at the glide slope yet. 4 red lamps is a bad approach. 1 red lamp, it might be okay. Let's take a look outside. Look at that. We are on a good approach here. All right.
Weed 50 at 5 knots.
50 at 5 knots. A little bit angled, but I think it's okay. Bleed off some more speed. Just go manual from here. We have enough runway, so it's not a problem. Still 4 white lamps, so it's a good glide slope. Turn off the engine. Gauge speed brakes. Spoilers. Let it gently
Landing time logged.
set down. Alright. Up. If I can make it. Brake. Oh, I hate when my chair moves to the back. Let's see if we can find somewhere to exit the runway. I think we have a...
59er Quebec, turn next taxiway.
Yep. Have it. What are we going? 27, that's too fast. 12, 13, that's more like it.
59er Quebec, contact ground on 121.655.
Much more likable landing that was.
Quebec, please acknowledge.
Yeah, I heard you.
121.655 for 59er Quebec.
Where is that line? That must be it. Let's ask for ground. Yeah.
Ground November 8159er, Quebec. Request taxi to parking.
November 8159er, Quebec taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Alpha 59er, Quebec.
All right. Ah. We didn't need to go very far. Brake. And we're about there. Let's turn in, brake a little bit more so we enter nice and slowly. Oh, there's no guide here, so I'm just going to enter at my own leisure. And brake. Engage speed brake. Oh, sorry, not speed brake. Okay, did I pull down the... Yeah, I did. Alright. So, let's turn off some lights. Let me see. Recognition, land, and turn off the engine. See if I've forgotten anything. I don't think so. Just put the mixture full in. Now you could hear it went a little bit faster. And yeah, I don't think there's anything I'm missing here, so nope.
Engine off time logged. Flight is finished. It has been monitored by On Air.
Let's open the copilot and put in the static elements and take a look outside. Alright, let's see how much we got dinged for the high banking. Minus 1.73. Oh my. I'm a bad pilot. But we got a little bit of experience for that. We need to go up to 2000. So let's see, okay. And that is still a bug, I think, that you can see passengers okay, cargo okay. We have planned fuel. There's nothing going on here. That sort of signifies that we should do anything. So it's a little bit annoying. That it tells me that it's still doing apron work. Let's see. It must be a bug of some sort in On Air. We're here. We are at Finken, what was it name? Finkenwerder Airport in Hamburg. And I hope that you have enjoyed the stream. I certainly enjoy playing these games. I enjoy doing it, all these things. So yeah, I hope they enjoy it as much as I do. I think this is a beautiful, wonderful simulator. There's a lot of work that needs to be done on it, especially on the vanilla planes, or the planes that we just... Let me see if I can change the flaps. Nope. Let's just turn it on and... Oh. Let me see. No. Alright. Let's see. Turn it on. Oh, it is turned on. There we are. Now you can see the flaps changing. Oh, I can't do it from the outside. Okay, fair enough. Yes, there are some things that needs to be changed or edited, corrected with the vanilla, the airplanes that comes with the simulator. I know that the team behind it, Asobo, they probably have a lot of different they have a lot on their plates. They need to correct a lot of stuff, but still, I think that they need to give these planes, all of them actually, a lot of love, a lot of care, so that they once again are fun to fly. For example, if we go over here, this, if I'm not mistaken, should be the A20neo, the Airbus. This is a extremely interesting plane to fly. And this is sort of a mock-up. Let me see if there's anything inside of it. Nope. Empty plane. But it's a beautiful plane nonetheless, but it does have the problem that parts of it is really hard to fly. Particularly because there's a lot of problems with the vanilla, the autopilot and all that. Fortunately, we have a team, an independent team, a third-party team called Fly-by-Wire. They are doing a tremendous job in getting this plane here to be flyable in what is called study level, meaning that all of the things that is not necessarily connected with flying the plane, but more connected with being a real Airbus pilot, sort of setting signs for passengers and all that. That is included as well in the Fly-by-Wire mod. So they're doing a really, really good job, and I think they're also going to change the autopilot and the Fly-by-Wire system in the Airbus to what they think it should be. So definitely improving it. But I still think that Asobo should get their game face on and get these things corrected. For my part, I think that most of the general aviation airplanes, they are pretty good actually. They have some quirks, but they are flyable. They are definitely manageable. But the airliners and the jets, they need a lot of attention. They need a lot of love in order to really shine. And I think Asobo should give them some attention. And also take one airplane at a time and then try to make it not just so it's fun to fly, but also it's fun to be in. So that you have all of these opportunities to flip all the notch and switches and all that, even though it doesn't change the darn thing about the flight. Because that's what making a simulator fun, is that it actually feels like you're simulating an airplane travel and not just flying around in a big airplane, a big airliner. So yeah, I think that's what Asobo should do. And also, please Asobo, I know that some teams have asked you to open up some files for them so that they can mod, for example, the 787, the Dreamliner, and all of these. I think it's also the Citation Longitude. It also has a lot of problems that needs to be fixed. And there's a lot of people wanting to do that, but they can't get to it because you have locked the files to them. So get those files unlocked and send them to mod away, so we can get, well, nice lovely airplanes. Yeah, and I can see I have another fallout of connection. There he was again, now I'm online. That's good. I would like to say this, as always. On Twitch, please follow my channel if you want to be notified whenever I try to do something new. And give me thumbs up and likes and all that. And definitely on YouTube, subscribe to my channel if you want to be notified whenever I'm up to something new. It doesn't cost you anything, it's completely free, but it gives me a lot of help. It will get me on the path to perhaps could do this as getting a little bit money from commercials and all that, instead of doing it for free. I do it because I like it, but it's easier for me to convince my wifey that I should sit around and play instead of searching for jobs, which, well, that's a talk for another stream. But yeah, it will help a lot if I could actually have something to show for this, other than some fun I do in my spare time. So likes and subscribes, they always help me. Likes, of course, because if you like my video, then it will be favored by the YouTube algorithm. That's just the way it works. So please do that, and I will see you in the next stream. I think if I'm going to stream tomorrow, I haven't decided on yet. I know I've planned it, but I haven't decided on it. Might go for something like Surviving Mars or something like that. Start a series up on that. And then of course on tomorrow night, I think it is, I will be streaming Star Citizen. So please, if you want to see me do something new in Star Citizen, well, perhaps not something new, but if you want to see me do something in Star Citizen, then join me there. Alright, I hope you have enjoyed this. I will go feed my little daughter. See you around. Bye bye.